Welcome to the Thought Studio. Do you remember that party where you felt like a wallflower, constantly worrying about how you are perceived? Picture this: you're at a bustling social gathering, a sea of faces, some familiar, some not. The room is brimming with laughter, chatter, and clinking glasses. Yet, amidst all the noise and cheer, you find yourself feeling oddly out of place, like an actor who's forgotten their lines on a grand stage. Suddenly, your heart starts to race, the room seems to spin, and your palms grow clammy. You feel a lump in your throat as you try to mingle, dreading that you might say something wrong, something that may make you the butt of everyone's jokes. You're constantly worrying about how you're coming across. Are you being too awkward? Are your jokes landing flat? Is everyone secretly judging you? In that moment, you experience an overwhelming desire to escape, to find a quiet corner where no one can see you, or better yet, to disappear entirely. You try to wear a brave face, to laugh along with the crowd, but inside, you're screaming for respite from this internal turmoil. You see, I've been there too. I remember once being at a public event where I was supposed to deliver a speech. As I looked out at the sea of expectant faces, I felt a wave of panic wash over me. I could barely hear my own voice over the pounding in my chest. Every pair of eyes felt like a spotlight, scrutinizing and judging. In that moment, all I wanted was to be anywhere but there. But guess what? It's okay. It's okay to feel this way. It's okay to feel anxious in social situations. It's not a weakness, nor is it something to be ashamed of. It's simply a part of who we are, a part of our human experience. Just like me, you might have found yourself in similar situations, feeling like your anxiety is a third wheel that you didn't invite. But remember, it's okay. We're in this together, and together, we can learn to navigate these choppy waters of social anxiety. So what exactly is this uninvited guest we call social anxiety? Well, imagine having an intense fear of social situations. You constantly worry about being negatively judged or scrutinized by others. Even the simplest social interactions, like grabbing a cup of coffee, can turn into a nerve-wracking ordeal. That's social anxiety for you. Now if you're thinking, hey, that sounds like me, you're not alone. Social anxiety is a common condition, affecting millions of people around the globe. It's not selective, it doesn't care about your age, gender, or background. It can sneak into anyone's life and make itself at home. But here's the thing. Having social anxiety doesn't mean you're weak or fluid. It's a genuine psychological condition, not a personal failing. It's not something you chose, but it is something you can learn to manage. Remember, acknowledging the problem is the first step towards overcoming it. Now that we've identified our uninvited guest, let's explore how to show it the door. First, let's talk about deep breathing exercises. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. Inhale deeply, hold it for a few seconds, and then exhale. This simple act can do wonders for calming your mind and body. Try it next time you feel the stirrings of social anxiety. It's like a mini vacation for your nervous system. Next, we're diving into the realm of cognitive behavioral techniques. These are strategies that help you manage your thoughts and reactions. One such technique is called cognitive restructuring. This is where you challenge your anxious thoughts, asking yourself if they're really true or if you're just jumping to conclusions. Sometimes our minds can be a bit overdramatic, exaggerating the severity of a situation. Now let's talk about positive affirmations. These are positive statements you say to yourself to combat negative thoughts. For example, instead of thinking, I'm going to mess up this presentation, you can say, I'm capable and I'm ready to ace this presentation. It's all about shifting your mindset from fear to confidence. Last but not least, let's discuss the importance of self-care. This doesn't just mean bubble baths and chocolate, although they can be part of it. It's about taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health. This can be as simple as getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, and taking time for hobbies you enjoy. When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to handle stressful situations, like social interactions. Remember, these strategies aren't magic spells. They may not completely eradicate your social anxiety overnight, but they're tools you can use to manage it, to turn down the volume on your anxiety. The more you practice, the better you'll get at using these tools. These strategies are your tools to regain control and show social anxiety that you're the one in charge. So, let's do a quick recap, shall we? We started this journey together by introducing the uninvited guest. We often find lurking in our lives, social anxiety. It's that unwanted feeling of discomfort, unease, and dread that can bubble up when we find ourselves in social situations. It's that nagging voice whispering doubts in our ear, making us second-guess ourselves. We then dove into understanding what social anxiety really is. It's not just about feeling shy or nervous. It's a genuine concern that can sometimes leave us feeling paralyzed in social situations. It's important to remember that it's okay to feel this way. It's a part of being human. The key is not to let it define us or limit our potential. Acknowledging social anxiety is the first step towards tackling it. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, what seemed scary and unknown becomes familiar and manageable. It's about recognizing that it's okay to feel anxious and that we don't need to be perfect all the time. Next, we explored practical strategies to manage social anxiety. We talked about grounding techniques, like focusing on our breath or our physical surroundings to bring us back to the present moment. We discussed cognitive restructuring, a fancy term for challenging and changing our negative thought patterns. And lastly, we looked at gradual exposure, a technique where we slowly expose ourselves to social situations, starting small and gradually increasing the challenge. These strategies are not magic bullets, but tools. They require patience, practice, and perseverance. Remember, it's okay to have setbacks. It's okay to have days where you feel like you're not making progress. It's all part of the journey. So here we are, at the end of our journey today. But remember, this is just the beginning of your journey to manage social anxiety. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. With patience, practice, and perseverance, you can navigate social situations with confidence and ease. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on self-development and self-care.